Do you remember the last time you felt free? Free to just play, explore, be, not to perform, not to fulfill anybody's expectation, not to get somewhere, but actually just to be you and dig your nose into whatever you wanted, just walk into any direction. Back at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. It might have been yesterday or last week during a play session. It might have been when you were a child. It might have not been when you were a child. Right? 𝗵𝗵𝗲 and I were just talking about reading. And I remembered that I used to read a lot. Then I started reading to get somewhere or because of something. And lately I haven't really been reading much anymore, only when something was important academically or was on a research mission or writing a book chapter or something like that. And I used to read just for fun, for leisure. And every time I think about these kind of things, I think, oh, I should just make more room to play and to just be. Some people, they haven't had that even when they were younger. I was quite free. My parents gave me a lot of freedom. That, no surprise that freedom has become such a theme in my life and also the foundation in terms of philosophy of my work, right? But some people didn't even have that freedom when they were young. They were always driven to perform, to achieve, to behave, to go somewhere, right? So there was always purpose. And purpose is something sweet because it focuses your mind and gives you meaning, but also purpose somewhat removes freedom because you can't just now go anywhere anymore. It feels kind of wrong in some way when you recognize, acknowledge, and own your purpose. Anything that goes not towards that purpose, it doesn't, it doesn't quite feel right. So by definition, we're no longer free, but we were free to choose that purpose, or are we? Some people believe we choose purpose. Some people believe we need to find or connect with it, or it already exists. And that's a philosophical question, which often comes into coaching when people choose where to go or what to do or what their experience is like. I know how important it is to create even moments or periods of your life or your week or your day where you're free, right? Even within the constraints of responsibilities, commitments. I now have a little daughter, family. I no longer feel free by definition because I've made a choice and a commitment. And sometimes I miss the times when I woke up in the morning and I decided what to do or whether to do anything today, right? And sometimes I think about that back fondly to that time. And sometimes I think, I don't want to be that person anymore. I really love having this purpose and focus in my life. But when we lose one way or the other, when we drift too much to the end of that spectrum, when we don't have any more freedom or we don't have any commitment, that's not a really good way to exist, I think. I mean, it's a matter of how you judge that and assess that. In the end, everybody can live how they want to, if they're willing to bear the consequences. But my experience is that if people are at either end of the spectrum, then life becomes difficult, right? So I want to encourage you today to think about a time when you were free and to what extent you build freedom into your life now. Or from the other side of the spectrum, to what extent, when's the last time you've really committed to something? And to what extent do you build commitment and purpose, meaningful choices into your life?